All right, there we go.
No intro. Are we doing intros? No intros.
Wait up one sec. Wait up one sec.
Boom! What is good, ladies and gents? How we feeling? Back in action. The Bet Champ Show after hours. Full house tonight. The fellas are back. We are a week away from NFL football. I know it is here. Everyone's excited for it. We're excited for it. This is the best time of the year. It's time to get the action back in place, ladies and gents. This is the Bet Champ Show. Let us know what you're feeling if you're in the live chat. Let us know which games you're looking for week one in the NFL. Who you're looking to score on, what kind of plays you tossing out, and we'll give you some along the way. But let's get this thing rocking and rolling tonight. North Glen's finest in the house, ladies and gents. You all know him. The Soch man is here to play. Soch, how we feeling?
Feeling good. A lot of underground and some hidden injuries before the NFL season. A lot of last second trades that could really affect some stuff. But other than that, like you said, we're a week away. We got a game on Thursday next week. Game on Friday. We got the whole slate on Sunday, and game on Monday. So we're literally only 9 days away from this thing kicking off. So we're all ready for it. We got our futures in. I'm not sure if ZJ has his futures in the public already, but we're looking good. I feel confident in with what I got. So we're gonna go ahead and rock and roll into the football season.
Absolutely, Soch. Good to have you here, guys. Down below, bottom left, just one man, but he's got that silver bullet in his hand tonight. We got the Whitster in the house. Whit, how we feeling?
Chilling, man. Happy Tuesday. Big week. Thursday, college football kickoff.
100%. Cheers. Cheers, my friend. Good to have you. And of course, we got the money man himself, the Teflon Don, WWE in the house, coming off the top rope with it. How we feeling, E?
Man, feeling real good to be back. Seems like we've been off for a while, so it's good to get the gang back together again. Get it going. Missed you guys.
Absolutely. Good to always have the fellas here. I know we kind of took some time off. We've been moving boxes, moving houses and everything. When you're moving, you forget to do some things. But nonetheless, got a new show tonight and wanted to go around the room. Let us know how we're doing in the live chat, ladies and gents, what you're feeling. Again, NFL is upon us, and we want to toss some plays out your way. We're excited. We're getting the Bet Champ Show going again. $1,000 cash prize for those who want to take on Sacha and myself, as well as all the guests. And of course, each week we're going to be tossing out plays for the NFL, as well as I know you guys are excited for the actual parlays for Sunday football. Those parlays last year were absolutely awesome. Looking forward to getting back into them today. So a lot of cool things coming with the NFL season. I know everyone's excited for. I definitely am. That is for damn sure. But wanted to go around the room. What are we thinking right now? NFL news, anything anyone wants to toss out at the moment, any big stuff? We'll start with Sach.
I mean, the biggest thing for me is, the Cowboys extend CeeDee Lamb. So they lock in their offensive weapon, pretty much the only offensive weapon that we really have long term. It's a big pickup for us. Jerry Jones has been holding out for quite some time. CeeDee Lamb has been holding out of camp, preseason games, all that stuff. But we finally got our guy locked in. I think after the Trey Lance debacle of him throwing 5 fucking interceptions in a preseason game, Dak had to have been looking over his shoulder to his agent and been like, oh, this is locked in the bag. So, as a Cowboy fan, I think the Cowboys are the only fucking, I think we're the only fan base in the NFL that would sacrifice a guy who led the league in touchdown passes for a guy that can run the ball 45 yards downfield for a touchdown and think that he's the future. It's just ridiculous. My dad is part of those guys who wants Dak gone, and they want Trey Lance and all this stuff. But I mean, at the end of the day, the fucking dude threw 5 interceptions. He ran the ball 45 yards for a touchdown. Whip de fucking do. We've seen how that does not work with Lamar Jackson. So I think Jerry Jones has some work cut out for him. I could see him getting an extension within the season. The Cowboys started out 3-1 or whatnot. I can see Dak getting a big extension. So you got to luck up those two guys. And I mean, first and foremost, I'm just excited to have CeeDee Lamb back for at least 4 or 5 more years. So
Sure.
that's the biggest thing in my world.
What you got going on down there, Mr. Bling?
We're heavy next, man. Build big traps. No, man, I'm all over the Dodger baseball. I'm all over baseball right now. You guys know that. Other than the NL East and the NL Central, they're all within 3 games. We got 3 teams from the NL West that are going to be in the playoffs, I believe. You got some games down the stretch that matter. I think we may see the first 50-50 guy in all of baseball in the history of the league with Shohei. He's at 41 home runs, 40 stolen bases, 22 games left. It's highly possible that he can get to 50-50. He's one of 6 that have made the 40-40 club. He did it 22 games faster than any man. Acuna did it last year in 157 games. He did it in 122 games. It's absolutely nuts what Shohei Ohtani is doing. And that's kind of where I'm at. We got the Cardinals. My Cardinals starting off in Buffalo. I think it's going to be a rough go. They released their 53-man roster today. I was happy to see Weaver, University of Colorado Buffalo receiver, make the roster. Martin Harrison Jr. and then obviously Michael Wilson. Hopefully Kyler Murray can stay healthy. So it's good to see. I think the Niners might take a step back this year, and I think the Seahawks will be better than most people think in that division. And I think that division will be a little bit more competitive than people think, but the Rams as well lost a lot with Donald. But, yeah, the NFC West. And then obviously you got LSU, USC, which I'm going to be all over this weekend too. So just an awesome weekend for me for sports and for a lot of other people. But I think the 2 games I'm looking forward to most is USC, LSU. But on Thursday night, I really want to see that North Dakota State play the Colorado Buffaloes. And
yes, sure.
If they beat the Buffs, I think Prime's gotta reflect.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
No.
You know what I mean?
No.
Yeah, he's losing the American public, man.
No. How he's going about some certain things with the media and
North Dakota State is a good team.
I know they are.
That straight. They're
also
they might be a FCS team, but they're pretty damn good no matter what conference.
They are good, but I'm saying if you lose, when you say don't be with us, don't be with us when you weren't riding when we were this, and he doesn't want to talk about anything bad. I'm telling you right now, if that team beats them, and they could very likely beat them, I think they have a very valid shot to beat them. I just think he needs to chill out. You know what I mean? He's reminding me of a guy that has a lot of charisma, and that shit don't last because his values are a little bit messed up when it comes to running a football program. I'm not saying in life or anything, but when he's running a football program, I want to see North Dakota State win, and I think they can, but I think they probably, unfortunately, won't. But I think they have a shot.
Just here real quick before we go to E, because Whit brought up an interesting conversation. Me and E were kind of talking about it for a little bit today at Bubba's 33, Chipotle, raspberry wings, all that, just doing our thing, kicking back. But interesting kind of what Sach was saying and then what Whit was saying with Coach Prime and CU is I agree. I think great opponent they're going up against and everything. But here's where I'll give Sach some pushback and everything. They kind of have to come out firing with everything that Coach Prime is doing right now and what he's saying throughout the media. E and I were just talking about, they had one guy pretty much blacklisted from the media. He can't ask any questions anymore to CU or the team. Coach Prime literally blacklisted one guy for pretty much doing his press job, right? Making up stories, being a writer, doing what he does and everything. So when you put a lot of heat like this out into the world and everything, you're going to get a lot of backlash back. And obviously we know how the media works. But if you're going to do this much talking, and I'm a CU guy, I want to see him do great this year. I really do. But at the same time, if you do talk this much and everything, you're expected to win ball games. And if you come out to a 1-3 start, there's going to be a lot of stuff going on in the media and everything. Interested to kind of see what you guys all think about that. But yeah, Coach Prime's kind of on a hot seat right now. I mean, they got to get the ball rolling. They didn't do it that well last year, right?
It's all that's wrong with the world today. Like, he's basically canceling this guy because he has a platform and he has positional authority. If you were really a godly man and you were about what you say, you would say, hey, man, let me meet with you in private. Let me better understand where you're coming from and hope you can better understand.
Sounds like one of the presidential candidates that don't let people talk, but go ahead.
So we don't have to let people, we don't have to play this out in public. You know what I'm saying? Like, you could do it behind closed doors and then just kind of better understand. But that's like, I was a huge Prime advocate. I like the energy he brought. I liked everything he did. I think he's evolved into a great man, but I think he's a man that's when his ability is not the primary factor of the outcome, because other people have to perform with him being a mentor, coach, teacher. And I think he struggles with that. But that dude talked more shit. I'm a huge fan. More shit than anyone in the NFL. And now he gets hard questions. And there's been mixed reports. It's because it's a white reporter and something was taken from a African-American reporter and he didn't like that. So that's why he wasn't talking to him. And now it's because he's a shock jock and he's this. What is the real reason? And if you can't answer the hard questions, just talk to the guy in private, better understand each other. And if there's a difference there, then see. But the whole program banning them, dude, that's all that's wrong with society now.
All I'll say is the media is undefeated. He's not going to win that battle. This ain't going to happen. Because the media will band together and the media controls the narrative. Nobody should be banned anyway, right? I thought it was the CBS guy, and he was mad because CBS National, not even the guy, but CBS National said he's the worst coach in the Big 12. I mean, you can't get your feelings hurt, man. You went 4-8. But yeah, that stick works until you lose to North Dakota State, and then go ahead and lose to Nebraska and watch how quick that'll change. The media is undefeated.
That's the thing. I mean,
if he wins, it's okay. But if he starts losing, trust me, watch how this will play out this year. A lot of that, he's all the great guy and all that stuff. You'll start seeing it starting to turn. Nobody beats the media. Look at Bob Knight. Just go through historically through time. When you're winning, you do whatever you want. You start losing, we'll see. I'm excited to see what he has. They got whatever it is, 40, 60 new players. I'm really looking forward to the defense. I really think Warren Sapp is going to make a difference on that defensive line. He's a great teacher. Let's see what they can do, right? If they can put those things together.
If you're winning games and this is your way of saying, hey, we're blocking out these kind of distractions, but you're winning games, hey, all right, let's do it and everything. But to what he just said, and again, I'm all for Coach Prime. I want to see him do good. But again, if they come out losing 2 games and everything, the media is going to have an absolute heyday on what happens. So we'll see. I'm really hoping. I hope they come out firing. I'm hoping this is giving them energy, and they're like, okay, all right.
Let's keep it in perspective. Like, I'm harsh on the dude, but they won 1 game. Last year they won 4. The year before they won 1. He won 4. If he wins 6 games this year, that's progress.
No, I agree.
You know what I mean? And that's where I think he needs to not get his panties in a bunch and not get so aggressive towards people. Like, dude, you're rebuilding a program. Like, they're asking questions. You're relevant. Like, they weren't asking questions when you're 1-10. They're asking questions because you're relevant. Like, people want to like this team. Why are you being so? He wants to get this me against the world mentality. You're in Boulder, bro. You're not in fucking Tuscaloosa. Like, calm down. You're relevant. Win 6 games. Win 7 games. That's progress. Make a bowl game. That'd be huge. It doesn't matter what bowl game.
Yeah.
You know?
I think we all agree for a 4-win team, they're the most relevant 4-win team in NCAA, right? I mean, coming into the season. They got a spotlight. They got a Thursday night game. Let's go. Let's get it going. Yeah, I like it. Let's see what happens. But to Sach's point, man, they're playing a seasoned team, veteran seasoned team that knows how to win, wins FCS championships. It's no joke, just like that New Mexico game. these guys can play, and they're gonna do well. They'll probably beat New Mexico as well. But it's Colorado, and you got to get that done. But it's not some 30-point blowout that they're starting up with. This is a tough game. This is a tough Parents' Weekend if that's what they're doing up there.
100%. Yeah, we'll see what happens for CU, Coach Prime, and the Buffaloes here soon. Like I said, this is all right around the way, and pumped for it. E, anything you wanted to add on the? I know we didn't really get to you on the NFL front.
I was just looking at. I was just, I still haven't gone over it, but because I know all the teams had to have their cuts today. New England got rid of Bailey Zappi, so that era is done. Interesting to see Cleveland went with 4 quarterbacks, so they have 4 quarterbacks on their roster. Just just going through all the cuts and stuff today. It's pretty interesting to see what's out there, and then where some of these guys will land. It's going to be interesting as well. But
that's
no Bailey Zappi in New England.
Yeah, that's kind of what I wanted to.
Well, Mike White from Miami. Hope he comes back to New York. But Mike White got released down in Miami. A lot of interesting cuts.
That's kind of what I was going to throw out too when we went around. Obviously, training camp's over. It's time to get serious, and you're going to see cuts around the league. So many guys not making these teams and everything, and then guys bouncing around to different teams. Obviously, Sach and I were talking about with the Broncos, a fan favorite, right? Team favorite, Tim Patrick released from the Denver Broncos. It was kind of questionable with everything going on. Obviously, it's a numbers game in the NFL, right? You got to move certain pieces with certain contracts, things like that. Sometimes it's not fair, but it's crazy when these things happen. You still see how much of a value a player can hold. This guy was cut, and within an hour, already went over to the Detroit Lions, right? A contender. I think DraftKings has him as number 4 to win the Super Bowl this year, so he's already on another contender. So good for him and everything, but that's what happens this time of year. You're going to see certain moves happen and certain things you're not going to understand. But it's a numbers game here in the NFL. This is what these GMs are doing. Everyone's talking back and forth. So it's just wild to see.
Yeah, we talked Texan yesterday, but Denver's just in cap hell. They owe Patrick $15 million. I'll round it down. The dead money hit on cutting him is only $9 million, so they saved $6 million, if you can do that math. That's kind of what they were doing here because they're still carrying Russ's contract and they're carrying Jerry Jeudy's contract for this year. I mean, they got a lot of money that's not on that bench or on that sideline, so they have to make that up. There'll be big players, I think, in these releases and drawdowns that happen today. You'll see a lot of guys flying up to Denver this week, just trying to get in, whether it's a vet minimum or whatever. But until they can get out of that, Sean Payton just has to navigate the wheel there. But that's kind of what you're looking at is just the money side of it. It's a business. I'm sure they'd like to keep Patrick. He was a locker room guy, and he was he got injured, but he was a baller as well, 2 700-yard seasons. But mathematically, we got to save the money. So it's tough. But there's other teams doing the same. They're just not as in bad shape as Denver this year. I mean, what are you going to do? Have one receiver and then 3 other rookies out there on offense? Good night.
You're seeing like we said, obviously guys bounce around, guys getting cut, but then moving on to new teams. Interesting to see kind of. Obviously, we have the Chiefs winning the last 2 Super Bowls and everything. I just saw Juju Smith-Schuster, I think, is moving over there with them and everything. So they're starting to build a room too. And I was telling E today, I'm interested to see how this Xavier Worthy kid pans out for the Kansas City Chiefs. Obviously, a speed demon, kind of like a Tyreek Hill-esque type of player and everything. You line up some more receivers with Patrick Mahomes, that's where things start to get dangerous. I mean, you got to think they didn't really have anyone outside of Travis Kelce last year. They were just filling guys in the spots and positions. But now you see they're starting to bring over certain people. So it's going to be an interesting year. There's a lot of questions, and I think we've kind of talked about this before to be answered and everything. Obviously, you have certain players that need to take that next step. But then you have a guy like Patrick Mahomes who's already there. And it's a scary league. Anything can happen. I think we all know that.
Worthy will be interested in the first couple weeks to see where his receiving yards are at.
Yeah.
Because he's the guy that just needs one catch.
He's going to get like a bomb. Yeah.
But we got to see if Andy Reid's playing him, right? You got to see what's going to happen. But it might not be bad just to take a flyer week 1, week 2, just on his receiving yards, because it really just takes one play and he'll be gone. I like it.
Anything? Shout out to all the live viewers and listeners, guys. Appreciate you being back with us. We're gonna start moving over to Tuesday nights, being that now we have Monday Night Football upon us, which we're looking forward to. So Tuesday nights is gonna be the new time for all the fellas to be on the show, talk around, chop it up along with you guys. Any questions, comments, or concern, throw it out in the show. We'll give you a shout out. We're gonna start doing Tuesdays. I was talking to E. I kind of want to do whether it's just 2 of us or maybe even 1 of us or whoever, I kind of want to do like a review of Thursday Night Football right after the game. I think a 30-minute show would be great. You get a primetime game like that. That would be really fun to kind of chop it up and everything. But we'll get some new things going. Like we said before, $1,000 cash prize for the Bet Champ Show NFL edition this year, ladies and gents. We gave out $500 last year. We're upping it to $1,000 because you guys are great. And we're seeing who wants to take on the host as well as the other guest and who is going to be this year's Bet Champ. So looking forward to that. Cool. Again, just around the room, anything else the fellas want to throw out there into the air, get the ball rolling on anything? I see Sach's lips quivering over there.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not trying to be a homer or anything, but I'm looking at the Cowboys money line versus the Browns week 1. I mean, I'm looking at plus money. Obviously, it's in Cleveland. Deshaun Watson has not played in a very long time, to be completely honest with you. To get the Cowboys at plus money, obviously they're going to have Dak. They're going to have CeeDee Lamb, Brandon Cooks. They're going to have, who's our fucking tight end? For some reason I can't think.
Ferguson.
Yeah.
Ferguson?
Yeah, Ferguson. We got rid of Peyton Hendershot today, our backup tight end. That's why I was kind of like thinking about it. But Peyton Hendershot, our backup tight end, is gone. Ferguson is going to be in. We're going to have Zeke. We're going to have Rico Dowdle. It's kind of hard to go against the Cowboys in this spot, to be completely honest with you, just based off of the production that we've seen from Deshaun Watson. No Nick Chubb. Their best receiver over there is going to be Amari Cooper and Jerry Jeudy as pretty much the 2. So that's the line that I'm looking at. I think it's going to be a good play. I think you're going to get good value off of it, to be completely honest with you. The Cowboys have took a big hit on defense. If people have not known, Deron Bland is going to be out about 8 weeks. The pick six king set the NFL record on pick sixes last year. He's going to be out. That's a big hit. But to be honest with you, I just don't think Deshaun Watson has it in him to just week 1. I don't see him week 1 just going out there fucking slinging the ball. So
yeah,
I'm looking. I have all eyes on the Cowboys week 1 at plus money.
The thing that scares me is with that would be Cleveland's defense just plays so well at home. I get the point though, like how is Cleveland gonna score? But yeah, I don't know, man.
I see.
That's just where I'm at.
I see the defenses. I see the defenses kind of completely canceling out. Who's going to be the offense that has proven it time and time again more than the Browns? I guess so. I expect the Cowboys to
without
win 24, 27 points this game. I don't see the Browns getting 28 points. I just don't see it. I see the Cowboys defense swarming this guy.
What are you catching?
You're getting plus money. I think plus 110 on the money line. It's like -1 or something like that.
Plus 115 on ESPN Bet right now, money line. Yeah. Over under Cleveland -2.5. So you can always take the points with Dallas. I like them. If you don't like them,
you're getting Dallas plus 118 on FanDuel. I mean, come on, what are we talking about here?
That's crazy. I think I'm with Sach, but I do like East Point, the defense and the Browns run game. If they control the ball in that environment,
but they don't have run game. Who's their running back?
Yeah, I know, but it's still the Browns, man. I think their defense is slightly better, obviously, than Dallas. But I
don't think so. I
would take Dallas, obviously, with the money line at 115, or you could always
it's
take
weird. DK's got 114, not 15, not 110. They got 114 on DK.
No, FanDuel got 118.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like I've never 114, 118, 115. That's crazy.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I like Sacha's play, but I do. I mean, I don't like Deshaun Watson. I think that's why they carried 4 quarterbacks.
Well, yeah, it's definitely why they got.
Yeah,
and I mean, but
besides, why? I mean, you look at Deshaun Watson. He's only played 8 games in the last 3 years.
It's Jameis, it's Huntley, and I can't remember the other one.
Yeah.
Oh,
you got.
It's the dude from UCLA, the fucking the UCLA all time.
Jameis, Huntley, somebody else. So it's not like they have.
Oh, it's Dorian Thompson Robinson.
Dude, you
guys got DTR, Dorian Thompson Robinson.
You putting any?
Okay. Yeah.
You want action on it, Sach, or what? You want some action on it?
You're gonna go with the Browns?
I don't know. I might be an action game there.
Zeej, you're not gonna go with the fucking Browns. You're so full of shit. You're not.
I'm just saying there might be.
You hate Deshaun Watson. You hate Deshaun Watson.
I don't like Deshaun Watson at all.
Might be an action game there.
It might be an action game. I don't know. I was telling. Look, I don't like Deshaun Watson by any means. I was telling E today at lunch. A Browns atmosphere just seems like the type of atmosphere where a guy like Jerry Jeudy could do well at. Just with the personality he is, that's just the kind of team they have over there. And when you think of the Browns, they're kind of that disgruntled type of team and everything. So I don't know. I don't know until I actually watch the footage and everything. But obviously, you got some players over there. We'll see and whatnot. I'm not saying they're going to do anything.
The Deron Bland getting hurt, fucking that killed a lot, because you're talking about a ball hawk in Deron Bland, and then you got fucking Diggs on the other end. I mean, those are 2 ball hawks that are perfect for Deshaun Watson opening game to throw 2 interceptions. Perfect. But now that he's hurt, it does sting a little bit based off of the money line. But
I'm gonna take a knee, but I hope you do win. But I'm taking it. It has too many.
I'm not official. It's not official. It's not an official play.
He's just saying it's not bad to take a flyer if you get
because
the
biggest
money.
Really the biggest concern for me, because I don't think this ever works, is that silly lame duck coach year. I don't know any coaches that win in that. You know what I mean? It's like, hey, you're going into this. It's your last year of your contract. Win or you're gone. The players know it. Everyone knows it. It's just a goofy. I don't know. I got to see how they do, and I got to see how they come back after that Green Bay game, right? I mean,
we're fine.
What happens?
The Cowboys are good when it comes to Week 1. Being a lifelong Cowboys fan, the Week 1 Cowboys are the Cowboys that are going to show up and show out. If people don't remember last year, they beat the fucking Giants in New York 40-0.
Yeah,
because that's just the type of team they are. They come out with so much intensity in Week 1. That's what gets the hype so high. So if I'm going to take a flyer on them in any week, it's going to be Week 1 because they're always ready to play. I can promise you this. Play Week 1.
It's a 1:25 Pacific Standard Time start. Obviously 2:25 Mountain Standard Time. So you only have the Commanders and Bucks on at that same time. You have a 1:05 start with the Broncos.
Ooh, man.
The Cowboys just seem to always be the last game on, and it ends in some weird fashion. So I would go. It's going to end in a funky way, and it's going to be the last game on before the 5:20 game against the Rams and the Lions. I guarantee that. And I think it's going to be closer than people think. But I do like the Cowboys to win that game.
Cool. I like it.
You got any flyers or anything, Whit, you want to throw out Week 1, or just?
I haven't looked too closely, but the game that there's 2 games that intrigue me. It's the Thursday night game, the Ravens and the Chiefs.
Wow.
And then you
got passing props out. They got all the player props out now.
And then the Friday game, the Packers and the Eagles. those two games to me are the most interesting games for me this weekend. And if I was to go beyond that, I would go Steelers Falcons. I think it piques my curiosity. I'll obviously be watching the Raiders and the Cardinals as well, but I think the Cardinals get smoked in Buffalo. West Coast team traveling East Coast early game. I think that's I don't know what the line is right now. They got Arizona at plus 220 money line over under 48.5. And then they're giving the Bills 6 points. So, but yeah, those first two games, the Ravens Chiefs in Missouri, and then the Packers go to Philly. So those are interesting. I'm interested in what Jordan Love's going to do along with Jalen Hurts this year. Big year for him.
Man, Worthy, go back to the Chiefs. Worthy is plus 180 for 60 or more yards.
He's
110 for 50.
His line on FanDuel is 42.5 at minus 114.
Wow.
Wow.
You want to
42.5, bro.
He's not. It's not like this is a cross the middle guy either. This guy's here to fucking go deep.
here's the deal. You want to take a flyer.
Instead, it's if he plays a lot and gets those play calls.
That's just it. You got to see if he gets the play time.
You want to take a flyer. How about the Ravens at plus 135? I mean, if there was ever a game to get the Chiefs, it's game one in their house.
They lost to the Lions last year.
Lamar Jackson. If there's ever a time to say, well, I'm getting the Ravens at plus 135 with the explosiveness and the way they can control the ball and the defense that they always show up with, that's it, right? The chemistry not there. The Ravens at money line plus 135.
Yeah. That's going to be that's why I would love to get two of us on. That's going to be such a great game. That's the game you want to see too, to kind of kick off the season. We're talking week one flyers and everything, so obviously I'll throw it out there. Conversation up in the air, but Broncos Seahawks week one, you got the Broncos money line at plus 195. Plus 195, ladies and gentlemen.
Plus 210 on ESPN Bet. Plus 210.
Plus 210. Look at that. I'm not saying anything crazy, all right? I know this is a brand new team. Things are about to happen. All I'm saying is right now is you got
you haven't, but you're about to.
All I'm saying right now is you got an older quarterback in Geno Smith, who honestly, I don't know. This is kind of a deciding year for him as well. We talk about a lot of players this year that have some question marks next to him. What will they do? This needs to be a big year for Geno Smith if he wants to stay in this league, to be honest, and everything. But on the other side of things, you got a brand new quarterback who is showing the desire to win. And I know we haven't seen much out of him, but the drives I have seen so far from this guy, he seems so poised and he knows how to move the ball accordingly. So I'm just saying plus 210 for a flyer. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying they're going to win or anything, but plus 210 for a flyer there in a week one game.
Plus 215 on
in a week one game where Bo Nix is playing the whole game.
Sure.
Yeah, but I mean, I guess, man, I'm going to argue. I just don't think they'll win in Seattle. Seattle's one of the hardest places to play for veterans, let alone a rookie. So loud, so much noise going on.
That place is going to be rocking week one.
You got Walker, you got Lockett, you got D.
That place is wild.
The man came from Oregon.
Dude. I mean, that place is going to be rocking. And the problem with it is, like, supercomputer doesn't play defense. He's not special teams. He's not like, it has to be that whole team. And I, in a way, I hope I'm wrong. For you, I hope I'm wrong. But they're playing with half a salary cap this year. Like, it just doesn't happen. You don't win. You don't put three rookies out there with Sutton and be like, hey, we're going to Seattle and we're winning. What? But for that price tag, I get what you're saying, right? But maybe take those points.
Just a flyer.
Rule of thumb is always bet against rookies on the road in their first game.
Yeah.
That's a wise man by the name of Steve Fezzik always told me you never bet on a rookie on the road in their first game. So, to that logic, I will probably stay away from the first game just to see how he does. But if I see them losing by 3 points, 4 points,
Yeah, they're catching 6.
I could see it catching 5.5, 6 points. Yeah, I mean, I could see it, but for a rookie's first game, I'll probably stay away from it for the most part, to be honest with you. Just on the road, first game against the 12th man, you got to.
A happy Zach is just a better. We're a better show when we got a happy Zach. We got a Zach coming out.
It's just a flyer. It's just. I know it sounds crazy too. It's a flyer.
I'll tell you what. You guys call me crazy, but for week 1 with the Falcons Steelers, I'm heavy looking at the Falcons -3 against the Steelers at home.
That's not crazy. Yeah, I wouldn't call that. I like that. I'm with you.
You're looking at the Falcons. You're looking at the Falcons who just acquired Matt Judon, who just acquired.
What are the odds you just said?
It's -3.
At -3, -105.
You're catching the Falcons. You're getting the Falcons -3 against the Steelers, who don't know who their quarterback is. You got a prolific offense with Bijan Robinson, Drake London, Kyle Pitts. They just got Judon. They got the Broncos guy. What's his name? The fucking safety.
Oh, they got Justin Simmons. Yeah.
Justin Simmons. And they're at home on the first game, and you're going to go with the Steelers +3, who they don't even know who their quarterback is. And when you look at Russell Wilson and Justin Fields in that first game, I don't know how you take +3 and think they're going to win that game. I just don't see it.
No, I love that. I love the Steelers don't know what they're doing with quarterback.
That's what I'm saying. And you're getting the Falcons -3, and -3.5 will be different. But if you're going to get them -3,
you take it now. Yeah. Real question is, I got to throw this one over to E.
Like it.
Jets 49ers. Jets are +3.5 right now, my friend.
Wow.
I'm taking the 3.5. I'm taking the 3.5. If it goes to 3, I'm not playing it. But 3.5, I'll take it. I'll take the hook. But I don't like it. The underdog that I'm playing, and this is probably gonna get crazy here, but the underdog I'm playing is Tennessee +4.5 at Chicago.
Wow.
Yep.
What's the odds?
Put that down. Well, I'm getting 4.5, so I'm taking the point. I'm not taking the money. I'll take the points at -112, but give me 4.5. Give me my boy Tony Pollard. Give me Calvin Ridley, Hop, Tyler Boyd. I like this squad. I like that defense.
Will Levis,
Williams
Lloyd Cushenberry.
Yeah, I think they're gonna come, man. We'll see what happens. I'm not believing in the Bears. They're at home.
Wow,
that's
God,
good.
E, that's a fly. Yeah, E, that's a take.
But
right
see, it's
there.
just like It's just like the New Mexico game this past weekend. Georgia Tech won outright, but I don't need to win. Just give me my points. I don't see that more in a field goal game. You're gonna give me 4.5. Like I was saying with the Jets, I think the Jets will keep it within a field goal. Gonna give me 3.5. I'll take it. 3, I'm out. Right.
4.5. Wow.
Yeah.
Sots, what do you think with that one? Bears -4.5.
Let's go.
I know you got a heavy hand on these guys.
Yeah, I'm very well established in the Bears community.
Where's that come from? Like what? I just didn't know. I like the way you said it. I just didn't know. I know you as a Cowboy fan. I didn't know you.
No, I am, but the Bears are like my secretly underdog team that I'm like really invested in. It's just from a dude I follow on social media. I pretty much know every in and out of the Bears. They got the Hard Knocks on, so that makes it a lot more interesting on how he's controlling the locker room. I like Caleb Williams. I wouldn't go against him in week 1, just based off of what they do. I mean, Keenan Allen is going to have to play the slot this year because DJ Moore is pretty much an outside guy. Keenan Allen hasn't played the slot pretty much in his career at all. So I think Keenan Allen's production is going to go a little bit down. But, I mean, this team all around has beefed up everywhere. They beefed up on the offensive line. They got better. Wide receiver core, they got better. The running back position, they got better. They got DeAndre Swift, who I'm very high on. I think he's going to go over 5.5 touchdowns this year. I haven't really said that one yet, but the defense, they signed Jalen Johnson, who's one of the best quarterbacks. Jalen Johnson was an all-pro last year, and he was left off of the top 100 NFL list. It doesn't make any sense because he played for the Bears. This dude was a second-team All-Pro NFL cornerback, and he was left off of the NFL Top 100. So I think he has a lot to prove this year just because he's been very upset. From what I've seen, he's been very pissed off about it. They got a solid linebacking core. They got a solid defensive line now. They got Montez Sweat that people forget about from last year. They got him from the Redskins. So he's going to be a force on the defense. He was unbelievable after the trade deadline for them. They extended him 4 more years, so he's already locked into that organization for a couple more. Against the Titans and Will Levis, I don't know how I lay 4.5 with the Titans in this one. I just really don't.
Well, I'm taking the 4.5. The Bears are laying 4.5.
I guess either way, I wouldn't even really take it, to be honest.
Yeah.
I would just not go against
that's
Caleb Williams, and I really wouldn't bet with him in week 1. Week 1 against rookie quarterbacks, no matter who you are, you're always fucking rolling the dice because these dudes don't know
it's
what
a big
like.
day. Think about it, man. It's a big day.
It's the biggest day of their life, and it's hard to take them, and it's hard to go against them because they can go fucking berserk or they can do shit.
And then the defensive coordinators had all offseason to mix it up for you. They're going to be running blitzes, disguises, schemes. That's all they had to do for these rookie quarterbacks on defense. And then, like I was saying, like with Denver, it's going to be so loud in Seattle. It'd be nice, man, see what the supercomputer can do. But we'll see. That's mine. Well, somebody else go somewhere. I'm trying to write something down real quick. See if you
let's hey ZJ, you mind? I flip over to college football. I think there's some huge games out there.
Yeah.
The game that I'm most I'm excited about a bunch of them. Obviously USC, LSU Sunday, but the game on Saturday that I like, and you get them at plus 135 right now, is Notre Dame at Texas A&M. Obviously, Texas A&M, one of the hardest places to play. Number 7 against number 20. Texas A&M has a new coach this year. He was the coach at Duke. The Duke quarterback transfers to Notre Dame. He's the starter at Notre Dame. I think he knows his deficiencies. There's things that I think it's going to be a chess match, the elder against the former coach against his former quarterback. But I think Notre Dame has enough to win. And if you look where Notre Dame is with the rest of the schedule, they got USC on November 30th. At the end of that, I think they have Georgia Tech. We'll see how their season goes midway through. But it's a pretty easy run. I think they're like if they win this game, it's like a 76% chance that they make it to the college football playoffs, which probably doesn't mean much because they wouldn't win it. But with the 12-team format, it's just great to see Notre Dame there. I don't like them. I'm a USC guy. But I like them at plus 135 at Texas A&M on Saturday. 4:30 start time, 5:30, obviously 6:30 at Texas A&M. So a very interesting game, I think, there at plus money line. If you want the points, you can get them at A&M is -3. So that's even not a bad thing. They win by 6 and you collect your money too. So, I like Notre Dame to win that game. I think there's just too much going on at College Station. It's a tough environment, but the new coach, they have new skill players and a new quarterback. So I'm going to definitely look to bet some money on Notre Dame at plus 135 money line.
Nice.
I don't mind that. Yeah, I like Notre Dame.
Yeah, I mean, but gosh, right? It's like
first game college.
How many times? Well, it's been like how many times did we hear Notre Dame, and then it just never. You're like,
yeah, they always.
It's one game though. You're not betting them to win the college. Look, take some Tums. First game of the season, take some Tums. Have Pepto ready.
Yeah.
Don't bet. Yeah. Don't take it out of your savings, not your checking. You know what I mean? But I like it.
Don't cash your PSP. I like it. No, hey, and it's week 1, so anything's anywhere.
Yeah, there's a lot of great games, man. You got Clemson, Georgia. Obviously, Georgia's favored by 13.5. They're at home. You got Florida State obviously lost to Georgia Tech, which was a shock. You got Miami at Florida, which is going to be interesting. Week 1, just a really cool game to watch on that Saturday at 12:30, and that's going to be
a lot of people hyping that Penn State game.
Yeah, the Penn State game as well, and then the USC LSU game. A lot of controversy going on there. A lot of people think USC is going to get blown. I don't see that happening. I think it'll be a close game, but I think the SEC just sideline to sideline speed, the skilled players, and what they have on defense to get after and tackle the ball carrier. I think they'll edge out USC. But I think you'll see Moss throw for about 350. So because they're going to be behind a little bit.
Hey, I got a question for you guys. And we could hammer it after hours or just deny it. I say going next Tuesday, we got a lot of initiatives, right? But next Tuesday, we do something like a Fantastic Four, right? Each of us. You got one money line, one underdog, one favorite, and one player prop for the NFL for each week. So it'd be like, hey, give me this money line. This is my underdog. This is my favorite, and this is my player prop. And see where we land at the end of the year. I don't know. Get the guy a bottle of something, whoever wins.
I like that, E. I like
But
that. I like that. So, Whit, you write that down?
Yep. Yeah, just put in my notes.
Yeah. Just send that.
And if I win, I'm cheap. I got the crown. I got the,
the knob.
I got the
send
knob
that in the
creek.
text. Send that in the text thread too, E, so we remember it. That's sick. I like that.
I like it. Yeah, there's a lot, man. I love it, man. So it's getting that time, right? We got like 2 more days, and then Thursday's here, and football's full blast.
I'm looking forward to it, ladies and gents. Shout out to all the live viewers and listeners. The Bet Champ Show After Hours got the fellas off and rolling. Anyone else got anything to throw around?
I mean, shit. I'm looking at little player props right now. I mean, you're looking at Derrick Henry anytime touchdown -115. I mean, a guy that they brought in for the goal line. A guy that they brought in for the goal line. Can we see them running the ball with Derrick Henry 3 times in a row from the 5-yard line? Sure. That's what you brought him in for. You didn't bring him in for fucking Lamar to pass the ball to fucking Mark Andrews or Zay Flowers. You brought him in to get the goal line punches.
Sure.
I guess ZJ today kind of gave me some inside trading too. I do like your Saquon Barkley touchdowns for the season.
Thank you, E. Thank you.
That's it. I mean, I think they're going to get rid of Jalen Hurts. That butt.
Yeah, that tush push is gone.
It's gone. Now you got Saquon just running it in.
That's dirty, man. You got him up there. You got ZJ over wings selling trade secrets.
Oh yeah, hey man, what's Scott's talking about? What's the inside over there?
You better get ZJ signing non-disclosure agreements, man. This is crazy.
Yeah, sure. Have him sign. Yeah.
We gave you credit. You get credit for it.
We give credit.
I'm just kidding.
One of the futures I'll toss out here today because I know we've all been wanting to know what my futures are and everything, and I got a couple.
Honestly, let them know.
I got like 5, but I don't want to give some of them out yet, but I'll give one out yet, and we already kind of know about this one. And again, I'm just gonna keep sounding like a damn homer. I really am. I'm gonna keep sounding like a damn homer. But I think at -110 for the over and under of the Denver Broncos at 5.5. And me and E got a little side bet going on this one as well. I believe if you see either a win against the Seahawks or the Steelers, one of the two, I think you're going to see a line switch to around 6 or 6.5 right there and everything. So I'm just saying for the early presence right now, I'm not saying this is a lock by any means, but for the early presence right now, 5.5 at -110. I think is so solid for a long season ahead of us and everything.
I kind of feel you got to lock the futures in. We all locked our futures in. It's not we don't get to change.
I'm locked. Like I said, I'm locked in on it. E and me got a little side bet going in, so we're locked in on that. But I'm locked in on it for myself as well. I honestly really like that for how low that is and everything that needs to plan out. These guys went 8-9 last year with a quarterback that didn't even run Sean Payton's offense, and they've lost 2 guys from that team since then and went 8-9 last year. And now you have a quarterback who can run this so-called great offense Sean Payton is going to bring to the table. So I'm just throwing that out in the air right now.
But now they don't got Timothy. Now they don't got Timothy Patricia.
That's okay. We got Marvin Mims. We got Cortland Sutton, Greg Dulcich, Troutman.
It's funny, man.
You got a 7th rounder. You got to look them up, man. You're like, who are these guys?
We got Devon Bailey.
West. Where does that go from?
We got Javon.
You're gonna be all right, man.
We got Javonte who just lost weight, looking great. Audric Estime. Jaleel McLaughlin,
you
who
got the
again,
running back.
Jaleel McLaughlin,
You got
who's my
Williams back.
sleeper guy.
I feel
Yeah.
like
You'll be okay.
living in Colorado.
It's gonna be close.
Living in Colorado,
I
feel
can
like
see losing it.
some of
Go
the
ahead.
most
Sorry.
delusional fans, man, and they're like they're all on it, and as soon as they're not in it, they're like the most like just so and so needs to go. He needs. It's like immediately when they do it, but the season at the beginning, they're like, dude, this could be no matter how bad they are.
It's terrible. It's sad.
And it's almost like
fans.
it's almost like a toxic relationship. You know what I
It
mean? Like,
is.
man,
Love.
she's the hottest chick. But then all of a sudden, after 3 weeks, you're like, man, nah, should have seen that chick. Hell nah.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, it's crazy.
It's tough.
So,
Get on, tell them, ZJ. Get on them.
I think the future.
I got some more, but I don't want to give them out right now. I got a plan for all of them and everything, but
We only got a week left.
You got to give out the other 3 or the other 2.
We got a week left, man.
We gave out 3
You
each.
can't wait to Bo Nix to be rookie of the year, and then you're like, that was my future. I'm in the present, but I had that in the past. You can't. You got to put it all out.
no,
If
I will.
not today, you got to get it by Tuesday. It has to be before kickoff.
Yep, next episode. Tune in.
And that's not a bad. I mean, Denver, they'll get 6-7 if they do it. I don't think they can, but it can happen. Not a bad pick.
Again, guys, shout out everyone in the live chat. Again, we're gonna get this thing up and rolling. This is our best time of the year. This is when we're honestly the most active with everything going on. We got the live show with Sach and myself. We got all the fellas in here going on Tuesday. I would love, again, to get that Thursday show going after the primetime game. And of course, we did so great and had so much fun with the parlay show going into Sunday football because there were so many games. And we rocked that. If you guys remember, Christmas Eve, we absolutely smacked. I think it was a 5 or 6 leg parlay, and it smacked going into that. So looking forward to these parlays for the NFL and everything. But shout out to you guys here. Trust me, NFL season is upon us. We're gonna get you guys all the plays you want to hear, all the action you want to see, and more money in your pocket. Let's wrap this thing up though. Put a bow on it for tonight, and let's just go around the room like we always do. Throw out whatever you fellas want to throw out into the air. Say goodbye to everyone. Let's hear from the kid. Real quick. Just because we won't get to it till next episode. Shout out Sach, man. Birthday tomorrow. Give the kid a little happy birthday love. He'll be popping bottles in the club this Friday. Catch us. If you guys want to see us downtown popping bottles, we'll catch you on Friday. But happy birthday to the kid.
So can we just cancel Saturday's announcement now, or do we got to wait?
It's going out popping bottles. Oh yeah, it's gone.
Yeah, Saturday's show's canceled. Thank you. Thanks, Sons. Let's just keep it early so we can make plans.
It's gone. Then Wit is going to be like, you fucking dudes, you.
What time is it? All right. Well, happy birthday.
No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding with it. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Wrap it up though, Sach. Anything you want to?
No, I think we pretty much wrapped it all up. I mean, we got a couple more. Next week is when we're really going to have the plays out for week 1. Me, ZJ, Wit, E. We're gonna be tossing them out. We're gonna have the first guest on the show. We're gonna have ZJ's futures in before the season kicks off, just so there's no
halftime of the Broncos game.
There's no
bright lights. Bright lights are coming your way.
I'll tell you what, man. I've been missing these fucking Sunday night threads so bad between all of us with Wit, E, ZJ. It's gonna be a blast. This is the show you want to be on. This is the show you want to keep up with. I'm just so ready for it. I got the Survivor League coming out. The link will be sent here in the few coming days. Just kind of collecting, everyone's money right now and shit. But it's gonna be a blast. I'm so ready for it. This is where we're gonna thrive. We got a Thursday night game. We got a Friday night game with the Eagles and the Packers in Brazil. Saturday college football. Sunday NFL football. Monday night football. I mean, that's 5 straight days of just nonstop ball. So we're ready for it.
Absolutely. What you got, Wit?
And I'm with Sach, man. It's just going to be an exciting time. But I'm going to put something on someone's radar. I don't mean to kill the vibe, but hey, the Baltimore Orioles down 2-1 right now. But Shohei's 2 for 2. But if you haven't tuned in, if you're a baseball fan, the Baltimore Orioles could be on the brink of having one of the best middle infields in all of baseball for years to come that we haven't seen in forever, with Gunnar Henderson and Jackson Holiday. One's 23, the other one's 20 years old. Number 1 overall pick in Jackson Holiday. Gunnar Henderson, an MVP candidate. Obviously, Judge is going to win that, but just an absolute stud.
Is that Matt Holiday's son?
It is. It is. 20 years old, so he's back up. He's batting 169, but got the things picked out. He's 20 years old. They're 3 games back of the Yankees. I think they're going to make the playoffs as a wild card. That middle infield has the potential to be a 30-30 infield and some Gold Gloves. 5 tool players all around. So I'm trying to think of an infield that we've seen like that. I would have to go back to Jeter, Soriano, but even they're not that explosive. Man, it's tough. But hey, huge games: USC, LSU, Southern California, Dodgers in the playoffs. 3 from the NL West, and then obviously you got the NFC West. I think is going to be an interesting division this year. So go West Coast.
Nice. Yeah, I mean, you guys wrapped everything up. I'll just give you a little PSA, little public service announcement for what it's worth for the people out there. Don't listen to these talking heads on TV. Don't listen to the college game day and the NFL game. You're not going to win money that way. My case in point, Florida State, Georgia Tech. All the pros were on Florida State. And one
Nick Saban.
WWE superstar Sheamus picked Georgia Tech. And he wins it. I mean, just a WWF wrestler from Ireland. These guys, they're not looking at spreads. They're not looking at points. They're not looking at anything. They're just up there, the talking heads. But subconscious, subliminally, they're going to get in our mind with what they're telling us. Do your own homework. Listen to people who know. And that's how you make money. You don't make it listening to these guys. They played the game, but it doesn't mean they understand point spreads and everything else with it. So just be mindful with that. And shout out to Sheamus for the
Sheamus called it, but he also picked Notre Dame to win the Natty. So, I think that was.
Hey, we may be sitting here. We may be sitting here. It starts with A&M, and then it goes all the way to the Natty. So, but yeah, good times. Happy birthday to the
Absolutely,
big fella.
guys.
So,
Appreciate it. Happy birthday
with Thursday's games, nothing Thursday. We regroup every Tuesday. Is that our new norm?
Let's do Tuesday, and then we'll talk more offline. But like I said, for the primetime NFL games, I would like to get 1 or 2 guys.
Yeah, I'm good for after Thursday if no one else is. So
I would love to do that because I want to chop it up with those. Cool. Yeah, we'll chat more. Appreciate all the live viewers and listeners, guys. As we always like to stay fresh, stay frosty, and we'll catch you on